Hello vinyl fans, vinyl collectors, Uncle Roddus back again. It's been a week since my last video, only a week, and I've already got more records to show. Yes, okay. Went to town yesterday again, second weekend in a row, actually about third weekend in a row, been able to get to town. So I got a tax refund. Government gave me some money back. How's that? Probably due to lockdown and not being able to work for 5 weeks and having no income apart from a bit of money the government gave me to see me through that 5 weeks, and then they took it all back again pretty much with the next amount of tax payment. Anyway, so I got a nice little tax refund this year. So we finally updated our television because the TV we had was crap. It was rubbish. It didn't have very good picture, even though it was a HD TV when it came out. And it had big black splotches and places on the screen. So yeah, it was pretty shot. So we shot into town, my wife and I, and picked up a TV and got one cheaper than I was intending. So I had money left over. I still have, actually. Even went to the record shop and still had money left over. But I picked up some pretty interesting records. So yeah, it had been a week since I'd been into the shop, and in the bins some new stuff had come in, and maybe some stuff I'd seen last week and didn't kind of register because I grabbed 5 or 6 records last week, which I showed in my last video. But anyway, I did see this here in there the previous week, but because there were so many other things that I picked up that I really wanted, I'd left this behind, but it was still there. So adding to my Magma collection, this is Voodoo, which is something like their 5th studio album from 1974. This is the Jazz Village reissue, which is mostly what I have. I have all of the first 4 now records. Jazz Village records, apart from one. Magma are a very interesting French band. Yeah, very interesting. Really, I like them, but I haven't really still got to grips with them yet. So hopefully having that will actually motivate me to get into them a bit more, because I'm certainly going to snap up anything I see. And so this was still in the bins as well, and this is Coolstance. I don't know, maybe that's how you say it. Now this is on celluloid, and this is actually an original reissue from 1978. So yeah, not a reissue, not one of the recent reissues. So yeah, this was their, so what did I say, that was their 5th album before. This is their 3rd or 4th, because there was a live LP which I don't have in between Voodoo and this one, or whichever order they came in now. Gosh, I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, so this is actually not an original, but it's an original reissue from way back, just a few years after it originally came out. So 1978 reissue on celluloid records. So yeah, 2 more Magma records to my collection. So yeah, there was some interesting sort of proggy 70s. So we're sticking really, this is really Eurocentric today, and this one here caught my eye, Omega. So I had to listen to these in the shop, although I couldn't listen too long because the wife had already bought what she wanted and disappeared back to the car. Actually, she wasn't feeling too well. Omega Time Robbers, or Time Robber. This is a Hungarian band, proggy type band from 1976, this LP I think it was, and this is maybe their 5th or 6th record. Now these guys are still apparently going today, and they have quite a big discography of music, so I'm not familiar with them at all, but it looked interesting, it sounds interesting. There's some nice stuff on here. So yeah, very new to me, and I don't know if it's obscure. This is on Decca Records. yeah, this is an original version of some sort from England back in around about the time it came out. 76, here it is. Yep. Got my reading glasses on. So that was interesting. And then more obscure to me stuff, or actually no, not so obscure, as I picked up a can record. Yeah, Flow Motion. This is from blah blah, why can't they give me a year? I don't know. Was it the late 70s, this one, I think? On Harvest. I was very familiar with the first track, I Want More, because there was a New Zealand band that covered the version of that song that Chris played on a New Zealand music podcast a while back, and I probably actually knew the original anyway. So yeah, I don't have a lot of canned music, but you know, I do have some German rock from that period on some compilations I showed a while back. You know, those Deutsch music compilations from Soul Jazz, which are really, really cool. And there's plenty of canned music on those. I do have a couple of CDs of theirs floating around. And the can was a funny band because I used to see their records around in the record shops when I was a teenager all the time, and I had no idea what they were. And I always looked at them and could see them around many times in the shops all over Christchurch. So their stuff was really easy to get your hands on, most of it, but I had no idea at that stage what it was. And I never, for some reason, never felt the urge to explore whatever they were, but they were certainly around. But anyway, yeah, I've enjoyed that. That's really good. And then back to the more obscure stuff. So back to France again. Same as Magma. Ange. A-N-G-E. Now, I am not going to tell you the name of this record because I cannot say it. I like the cover. The cover is really cool. This is quirky French progressive type rock, sort of progressive music. Oh, yeah, sometimes you couldn't call it rock. It's got sort of, you know what the French are like. They're pretty weird sometimes. Phillips, this is on. It's, yeah, and I've only listened to it once so far, but I liked some of what I heard and need to give it a little bit more attention, of course. And then the last one that I picked up yesterday, this is a pretty short video because I don't know much to say, because I haven't got much to say about these because I don't know much about them. But there were two records by this band, and due to not wanting to spend a huge amount of money, I had to put one back. And the reason I picked this one because I thought the cover looked better. But I did actually have a listen. Actually, I listened to the other one. I didn't listen to this one, but I only listened to one track, and I thought, okay, I just wanted to make sure that what sort of music it was. So yeah, Atoll. Again, I'm not going to pronounce the name of this record, but I think this is their second LP, and it's from 1971. No, it's not. God, what am I talking about? It's from 1979. Yeah, this is really good. I really like this one. I played this one last night, and I was very impressed. Really impressed. So if I do see the other one, if I get back into town with some funds again, I will grab it. So yeah, really nice. And just quickly before I go, I already showed this record last video, but I'll show it again because that's what's playing behind me. This is a compilation called It's Already Tomorrow, a New Zealand artist compilation of material pretty much for this record, not a compilation of songs already been released. It's a compilation of artists collaborating together, music specifically for this compilation, I believe. That's how it works. So yeah, interesting record, really, really cool, and some great stuff on there. Alright people, that's me again, and I shall leave you to it. I've got plenty of records coming in the post. Trade Me, there's been some great stuff on Trade Me, lots of Flying Nun stuff, although unfortunately most of it is too expensive for my taste. People bidding up to $80 on records that people reckon are probably only worth $30 because they're musically not that great, so I'm probably glad I missed out on that one maybe, but I'm sort of quite keen to get my hands on a lot more Flying Nun records if I can, but yeah, they just go for so much. But there's several online tonight, and I still have funds really available. So and I've been offered the other Blurter record, one that I missed out on Trade Me recently. So I've offered to take that for about the price that I'd had to dip out on the auction, because it went well over what I was willing to pay. But this guy's offered it to me for that amount of money, so still be the most I've ever paid for a record. But anyway, that's me. Catch you next time. Cheers.